We are doubling down, ladies and gentlemen. A few weeks ago, I made a video ranting about the very sad state of affairs that the Unreal 6 launch or the Unreal 6 announcement was, and just kind of how lackluster that announcement really was. And recently, last week, there was the future game shows, the state of play, all of the game showcases. And my God, did they hit it out of the park this year. I thought they did a great job. I'm very excited for Wolverine. I'm a massive Wolverine fan. So getting a good Wolverine game since the PlayStation 2 Wolverine game, actually the Xbox Wolverine game was fantastic as well. But the Mark Hamill one, if you guys know which one I'm talking about, was fantastic. But again, the movie tie-in game was also incredibly good. But I'm excited for Wolverine. It looks freaking awesome. Tons of games, tons of new announcements. Everything looks freaking banging. And I'm here to point out 2 games, 3 if we want to count Rocket League again. But I'm here to talk about 2 games that announced that kind of, in my opinion, dwarfed the Unreal 6 announcement. And I don't know what Unreal was thinking. I don't know what Tim Sweens is thinking over there. He needs to, whoever's doing their marketing needs to, I don't know. They need to bring it back. But the first game that I want to talk about is Gears of War. Dude, I am a massive Gears of War fan. I bought the remake, which just brought back so many memories. I'm sad that the most recent remake did not boom as much as it should have, but the fun that I had in that brought back old Xbox Live lobby memories, and that to me was worth it.
Fucking random also. What, bitch?
But Gears of War, holy shit, it looked awesome. 20 minutes of gameplay. My God, chainsaws, retro lancers. I'm a big fan of the retro lancer. It just looked amazing. But importantly, it looks amazing on Unreal Engine 5. So going back to the conversation on Unreal Engine 6 and that announcement, they released it with Rocket League, or showing Rocket. Actually, they didn't even show Rocket League. They showed what I would equate to as a menu. They showed a car, some blades of grass, and it looked shiny and new. Meh. And that's it. Very, very lackluster surprise party. So fast forward to now, and we see how glorious Gears of War looks. We compare the two, and you really think that Rocket League was really the card we should have played in that turn? I don't know, guys. I really don't know. But we take a look at Gears of War and all of the stuff that they showed during the demo, and it all looks fantastic. There's cool physics going on. The graphics look amazing. You get to see Marcus running around, popping people, and it looks phenomenal. And this is being developed on Unreal Engine 5. And again, you announced 6. You want all this hype. You want all these people to be excited for what you're doing. You want developers to be excited for what you're doing. But then you just show Rocket League and a car, and there's nothing there. Why not just wait? You guys, I still feel like they're putting the cart before the horse on this one. You have great games coming out on Unreal Engine 5 still, and then you come forward with Rocket League to promote 6, and I feel like they just did not stick the landing on this one in any way, shape, or form. But my God, I remember when Gears 1 came out, and I bragged about it to my friends. And finally, when I had everybody over, I brought them all into the room and I was telling them, I was like, guys, you gotta play this game. It's so amazing. You can chainsaw people in half. And of course, all my friends, I think I was a 14-year-old, I have no idea. I'm telling them all this and they're like, no way, you can't do that. And so I bring like a group of 8 people into my small bedroom, and I'm like, yeah, you can watch this, and I show everybody you can just, run up to people and chainsaw them in half, and it was like showing a massive awesome tech demo to a crowd of people, and everybody in my room was like, oh my God, what was that? And everybody's freaking out. It was the coolest experience, and I'm just so fond of that memory. So seeing Gears of War and the hype that this game is going to bring out is awesome. And I'm glad that it's still being developed on Unreal Engine 5, and it's showing off that, like, hey, maybe we don't need 6 yet. And I still think it's funny. I think that Unreal 6 announcement kind of landed on its face, and Gears of War came by and very appropriately curb stomped it into the mud even more. The second game that I want to talk about is the new Halo remake, which, funny enough, is also being built in Unreal Engine 5. And boy, howdy, does it look amazing. From the ground up, it just looks freaking awesome. So again, we are stuck in another situation where they have decided to present this wonderful dinner dish that's like, this is the next hotness, this is the new flavor, this is awesome. And as they open the platter, we are presented with a very lackluster looking dish of Rocket League. But then we look over to the neighboring restaurant, the UE5 restaurant, and they're eating good. They got Gears of War, they got Halo, and we're over here looking at this sad state of affairs dish of Rocket League. And we are sad and we are depressed that we don't get delicious cake like them. We have to eat this Rocket League, this meh of a UE6 demo. And here's a thought before I go into Halo. Why would you not take your engine, because the big thing that we talked about with Unreal Engine 6 and the Rocket League announcement was, well, they are upgrading from Unreal Engine 3. You know, they're skipping an entire Unreal Engine 4. Actually, they're skipping 2. They're skipping 4 and 5. Why would you not go to at least a stable version of 5 and let 6 kind of go the path that 6 is going to go? Because I feel like once they go into 6, very new, fresh engine, and you know, they're reworking, they're recoding things to work for 6, they're going to have so many problems. Why would you not go to a more stable version of 5 and build everything, build your foundations up again? Then when 6 is out and it's been out for a minute, then upgrade to 6. Because clearly it's not graphics. 6 is not bringing graphics. Look at Gears of War. Look at Halo. They look phenomenal. It's not a graphics thing, which also upsets me, because I feel like that's all they toted in the announcement trailer was, look at the way this car looks. There was no talk of, you know, better, more stabilized code. There was no talk of like better nani. There's none of this. It was just kind of a showcase of, here's a car and look at how shiny it looks. So looking at Gears of War and Halo as the example, you see these games and you're like, man, that looks freaking amazing. And I had brought this point up in the previous video, was you can get amazing looking games on 5. Shit, you can get amazing looking games on 4. I think I recently saw that the Batman Arkham games were all designed in Unreal 4. And look at those games. They still look phenomenal today. Arkham Knight looks freaking awesome. I mean, you have the newspaper shreddings that blow throughout the city that I think, if I remember correctly, get stuck on Batman. Rain that just subtly makes his armor have that like wet sheen to it. The Arkham games are awesome. I actually recently played Arkham Asylum, and it still looks really good. But that's on Unreal Engine 4. So what are we doing, Tim Sweens? What are we doing, dude? What Tim Sweens needs to do, I know his name's Tim Sweeney, but we're calling him Tim Sweens. What Mr. Sweens needs to do is he needs to stop attacking our Lord and Savior, Gabe, and he needs to focus on his community, on Unreal Engine, on bringing that to a more friendlier environment. And I feel like we're getting rope-a-doped into this whole culture war, this whole console war that he's started. On PC, we've all evolved from console to PC to get away from that bullshit. And this dude's rope-a-doping us into a console war. Anyways, that's not the point. Totally unrelated. Back to Halo. I'm a massive Halo fan. I saw the remake. I'm kind of skeptical because, do we need a Halo 1 remake? I think everybody just wants good Halo. I don't think we need a remake, but you know, whatever. It's $50. I am against the $70 price tag of video games these days. I don't even know the last time I bought a $70 video game, but it's $50 and it surprisingly comes out next month. And additionally, it was built on Unreal Engine, which I'm not sure if they're abandoning their Slip Space engine. Maybe they should, because the last couple Halos have been kind of meh, but this one's all on Unreal Engine 5. Let's look at that compared to the very tiny Rocket League one we got, and it looks good. Boy, it looked good. We are eating good, but in terms of Halo's demo and the awesome things that they've been showcasing, it looks phenomenal. I'm excited for Halo, and it comes out next month. So, boom, another win for Unreal Engine 5. Why bother announcing Unreal Engine 6? I still feel like this should have been a Fortnite thing. I feel like this should have been massively surrounded by Fortnite. This should have been the leading game. Again, when we talked about it in the last video, the little bit that we saw about the Unreal Engine 6 release was that it is going to be heavily focused around the Fortnite editing within Unreal Engine, and they're kind of unifying a lot of that. Didn't have a lot of stuff to do with just Unreal Engine in general. It was mostly centered around the Fortnite stuff, but that was just the few articles that we found on it. I don't know. I am still really upset. I took an old man nap earlier and I had this prolific dream, this weird state of consciousness where I lived 1,000 lifetimes. And in those lifetimes, I thought of the Gears of War demo. I thought of the Halo demo. And then I thought of Unreal. And I woke up and I thought to myself, my God, what a sad state of affairs the Rocket League announcement, the Unreal 6 Rocket League announcement was, because we just got some banging games released on Unreal Engine 5, and dude, they had curb stomped you, kicked your head into the mud, and then like spit on you. And I woke up from my nap and I wanted to talk about it. Halo looks phenomenal. Gears of War looks phenomenal. As an old school gamer, as somebody who was born and bathed in the fires of early Xbox Live, I'm hyped for it, man. The gaming shows this last weekend were all phenomenal. There was a lot of hits, a lot of freaking hits. Not as many misses as we would think, but I was hyped. It looked really good. Closing thoughts. I saw the gaming shows last weekend. You know, still I work on Unreal Engine. I think it's a great engine. I'm not throwing too much shade at it. I wanted to vent about this because it was something that was just on my mind, seeing those games and how amazing and fantastic they looked and how far they've come, and the fact that they just don't need Unreal Engine 6. It's just something I wanted to vent about. On my last video, some of you actually commented and shared similar thoughts, and I loved connecting with you guys, and I would love to hear your thoughts on this. What was your favorite game? Maybe you guys saw something I didn't. Maybe something looked disappointing. Let me know and let's have a conversation about it. I'd love to talk about it. I had such a fun time sharing my thoughts with some of you guys on the last one, and I'd love to do it again. So if you could comment and subscribe, I'd really appreciate it. We will be venting about the state of Unreal very soon, because that is coming up on Wednesday, June 17th. So maybe they are saving all the best for last, and when the showcase comes out, they're going to show us all the things that I've been wrong about, and who knows. But until then, thank you all for listening to my rants and raves. I will catch you guys in the new Gears of War multiplayer when it comes out.